Hey guys, um, I've been asked before, you know, um, right before my wife went into surgery, I got asked a couple questions in emails and comments and stuff, and I've been getting been asked this question a few times in some private emails and some regular emails. But um, he's one of my followers. He's out of Iowa. He's a young man, and he's getting into prepping and surviving skills and stuff like that. And I guess none of his family preps or anything or into that, but he's wanting to learn from people, that's in his area. And his name is Brian J. And he's one of my subscribers. If you want to, you know, contact him and through an email or whatever. I don't know how you guys contact, but he's just wanting some information. He's wanting to learn. He's wanting some advice. So if you guys want to leave him a comment with some advice, he's just starting out. He's learning. He's a young man. He's a teenager, and it's pretty cool. He's wanting to learn. Most teenagers are interested in Xboxes and stuff like that. So if you have any advice for him, and you're in Iowa or wherever, just leave him a comment, and hopefully he can learn some. A next one. She's subbed to me and I'm subbed to her. She has a small little channel. It's growing, and her name is, oh boy, I hope I can say this right, Aaron Sarka. All right, I'm just going to spell it for you guys. And no, I don't know how to leave links, so I'm sorry. ERINSARKA. Check her channel out. She asked me, wondering what type of firearm should she get or have. Just for a home defense, and the perfect home defense weapon for a woman would probably be a 20 gauge pump shotgun. You can use that for home defense, and you can use it for hunting if need be. Make sure you got you some 3-inch magnums, some double-aught buckshot, and some slugs, and that's all around ammo. Pistols, I don't tell anybody what type of pistol to go get, because that person has to pick their own pistol. It has to fit in their hand. There's so much going into a pistol. So for a pistol, my opinion is she just needs to go and try them out, see how they feel, how they fire in her hands, and how it feels in their hands, and that. But if you're on a budget, 20 gauge shotgun, like I said, is for a woman is the best all around home defense weapon you can have, because you can throw multiple different types of rounds in it and be set for almost anything. This is my opinion. I'll probably have people on there saying, no, get an AR or get an AK or something like that. But my opinion, for a woman, a 20 gauge shotgun, it is good for up close and personal. One of my good sub friends, Undead1, he asked me this question a while back, and I'm sorry it took me so long to get to you. If I found out an EMP happened and the kids were home, what would I do? I would hunker down, and I would go no place. I would try to get as much information as I could to find out what area it happened in, what's going on in that area, who done it, and what's coming. And I would hunker down, and get prepared. That's what I would do. I wouldn't go to work. I wouldn't let the wife go to work. I wouldn't let the kids go to school. We would just hunker down for a few days and see what was going on. Okay, last question. I really don't want to answer this question, because no matter what answer I give, it'll probably piss somebody off. And but I've been asked this a few times. It's, what do you think? Sorry, I'm cheating. I got notes. It says, what do I think about what's going on in Virginia? I'm like this. Here in America, we have the right to be proud of what we want to be proud of. We have the free speech. We have the right to choose what we support and what we don't support. That's our American right. We have the right. We don't have to follow the crowds. Be different. Like I tell everybody, speak your mind. Have your own opinion. But with that being said, when someone or some group tries to do violence to you because of your opinion is different from theirs, or your skin color is different from theirs, then that's the point the game changes. Because you have the right to protect yourself by any means necessary, by car, by knife, by bat, by stick, by gun. You have the right to protect yourself. Now, I have said it before, and I'll say it again. I do not support these pussy KKK, neo-Nazis, these damn pussy Black Lives Matter protesters. And if the Black Panther Party's involved, I don't support them. Because both sides, the Klan, the neo-Nazis, the Black Lives Matter, the Black Panther Party, they like using violence to intimidate. And me personally, if I was out and either one of those groups came up to me to do violence, I would do violence back to them. I don't care if it was the Klan, the skinheads, Black Lives Matter, Black Panther Party. If they try to hurt me or harm me because the way I view things, they just put a price tag on their ass, and I'm going to be the bounty hunter and I'm going to cash it in. Because I have the right as an American citizen to have my own views. Now, with what's going on over there and at these other violent protesting on both sides, sorry guys, both sides needs to be locked up for domestic terrorists, because they're out to do harm and violence. If you want to protest, we have the right for a peaceful protest. That's in our Constitution. But when they start beating people, running people over, ganging up on people and beating on them, then that's anarchy, that's terrorism, because both sides are doing wrong by trying to suppress each other's side of free speech and having your own outlook at things. Now, I am a firm believer. I don't care if you're black or if you're white, if you're Mexican, if you're Asian, if you're Russian. I don't care. Long as you're American, you have the right for free choice, free speech, and to express your opinion and your beliefs. But when you try to use violence to suppress another person's viewpoints because they're not your viewpoints, then you should get your butt whipped and thrown in jail. Like I said, I am not sticking up for the Klan. I'm not sticking up for the skinheads. I'm not sticking up for Black Lives Matter. And if the Black Panther Party's in there, in the mix, I'm not sticking up for them. Because they are all four of those groups I named, they are all for a hate group in their own right. Because what the Black Lives Matter people are listen to them. Hate speech, hate speech, hate speech. So is the Black Panther, kill Whitey, and then the Klan, kill the black man, kill the Jews and the skinheads, Heil Hitler. Really? I am a white man. I'm a very proud white man. I have German, Irish, and Indian blood running through me. But I am a white American, and I am proud of it. And any of those members of those groups that I named tries to do me harm because of the way I see things and my outlook, they're going to get their butts kicked. Plain and simple. Because I'm not playing the game. I'm not playing their game. They come to do violence and harm to me. I'm giving them violence and harm that they're not going to like. No, that's my view. I don't support none of these domestic terrorist groups. These street gangs are domestic terrorist groups. These illegal gangs that's in here, what is it, MS-13? They're a bunch of pansies. They're running the drug cartels. Drugs and violence, and they use violence in order to scare people to get what they want. Well, this is one man that's not scared. And if they come at me, like I said, the outcome is going to be far worse for them than it is for me. Now, I believe in free speech, freedom of speech, freedom to express your opinion, freedom of belief, freedom of protest, as long as you do it non-violently. We can always agree to disagree. What's the harm in that? Why does the left have to push their viewpoints and everything down the right's throats? And why does the right have to try to push their viewpoints down the left's throats? Why? Because it's all a game being played by the elites. Everybody knew what was going to happen. The elites, all the government officials knew what was going to happen in Virginia. They were, the sheriff there, or whoever it is, the police commissioner, whatever, didn't even have his officers out in full riot. He didn't have he didn't ask for help because they want it to boil over. Just like it did a couple of summers ago. And it's another thing to get our head turned from what's going on with North Korea and everything like that. I mean, you guys might not agree with, you might be a white guy and pissed off because I said the Klans and neo-Nazis are pussies. Then you might be a black guy that gets mad at me for saying the Black Lives Matter and Black Panther parties are pussies. I don't care. I don't have no favoritism when it comes to groups like that. Because I'm like this. If you're not man enough or woman enough to whip another person's ass one-on-one, you're a puss. If you need a bunch of people to back you up. And that's what these groups are. Do you see them going one-on-one? Hell no. There's like one person down and there's 5 or 10 of them beating on them with sticks and everything. That's pusses in my book. If you got a problem one-on-one, if you got a problem with a person, do it one-on-one. May the best man or may the best woman win. That's my outlook on it. And what happens and what's to come, I don't care really what happens in Virginia or in San Antonio or wherever all they're having these violent outbreaks at. It don't affect me when it comes here. And like I said, I don't care what side, the left or the right, tries to do me harm or tries to drag me out of my vehicle or tries to attack me, then bad luck got their ass. Because I'm not holding back, because I will defend myself. I might get bloodied and bruised and beat, but I'm still going to be standing while they're going to be laying. Now, it might piss people off because I'm not agreeing with one side or another side. I got a comment a few days ago about I need to pick a side. I don't have to pick side. I pick me, my side, an American citizen. That's my side. I am not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not an independent. I am an American. And that's the side I pick. I'm not picking the white side. I'm not picking the black side. I'm not picking the brown side. I'm not picking the yellow side. I'm not picking a red side. I am picking my side. I don't care. They can get out there and they can beat one another to death with sticks, run over one another in cars. Don't bother me. It's not harming me none. But when they come here and they try that stuff to me or my wife or my boys, then it will be my problem. No, correction. It will be their problem because the gloves will come off. Now, I choose my side, American side. I don't get into this left side, right side, white, black bull crap. Yeah, I don't get into that crap. I grew up in Chicago, outside of Chicago. I had black gang. Let's see, what was it? The Vice Lords, the Disciples. That was the two big black gangs in the area I grew up, and they hated one another. Then the Latin Kings and the Deuces, then you had your insane Deuces. Oh, then you had your gangster Disciples. I got along with all of them. I partied with all of them. I played football with all of them. I went to parties with all of them. I remember listening to Eazy-E, NWO and Eazy-E, and I was a headbanging boy. Yeah, I had hair down to my butt, metal. But when I was at those parties, I was dancing, and hell, I could break dance. I could do all that. I got along with everybody. It was pretty cool. It was pretty funny seeing a white boy out there dancing the same moves the black boys and the Mexican boys were doing, and I could do it just as good as they could. But I can get along with anybody and everybody until they cross that line. See, I'm not like Obama, or I'm not like Trump. When I put a red line down and somebody crosses it, they're bought and paid for. I don't backpedal. So the side I choose is me, my side, an American side. You know, and for these clans and the skinheads and the Black Lives Matter and those other groups, they all need to be locked up because they're infringing on each other's rights and casting violence out. And when you do that, your butt needs to be locked up for domestic terrorists. You want a peaceful demonstration? Go for it. Go for it. We have that right. It is in our Constitution to have a peaceful. But when it gets violent and this crap's going on, they both need to be locked up and thrown in prison and the key thrown away. You know, when they start locking up both sides and not letting them out for 20 years, watch it sink in on both sides. Like, wait a minute, if we do this, we've got a chance of getting hurt or going to prison. And watch their attitude change. My opinion. You guys can take it. You can agree with it. You can disagree with it. You can give me a thumbs up. You can give me a thumbs down. You can unsubscribe to me. I was asked, this is my opinion. And this is me. This is the package. You either like me or you don't like me. I'm not out here for no popularity contest. You ask me a question, I'm going to give you the blunt truth. And that's the blunt truth. Both sides are pussies, and both sides needs to be locked up. So, tell me what you guys think. You know, again, check out, you know, leave a comment for Brian J. And check out Aaron SARKA. Just look in my my channel list and she's there. And she's got a nice little channel. She's got like 3 or 4 videos. You know, check her out. And we'll go from there. It's surprising I was able to make a video, but it's like 8:30 and the boys are settling down and she's in there, Tanya's in there relaxing. So I took the opportunity to sneak out here. But everybody, again, thank everybody. I thank everybody for the comments and the well wishes. Tanya replied to the last video. You know, she thanked everybody. And yes, I'm still tired, and yes, I'm dragging butt. But anyway, guys, be safe, be careful, and keep prepping. Bye for now.